And now that I've said this, I'll go and repeat it, just in case you think I'm hiding it. I'm not a big fan of cats. I never have been. Pocket nose. Interesting. He is not welcome in here. He'll poke his head in. I actually don't think he cares about me being in here. It's because I leave the windows open. And I think he just likes smelling the outside, because this is the room that has the smell of the outside in it. Hardspace Spacebreaker. Alright, Alright, so we need a new ship. Oh, it actually says what they'll have there. Nice. This will have circuit inwards. Let's do this. I want to see what happens when we do an older ship. Let's find out. I'm curious. If it makes you feel any better, Spare Bob's... Oh, God. Square Bob Sponge Pants is the one I always screw up on.
Deposit confirmed. Applying credit.
No compression issues here, so that's good. Alright, so I want circuits. Dampeners.
Looks like you got a part for the armadillo. See if there's any more lying around in there.
Oh, I can just grab all of this, so I can bank it for later. Nice. Well, that's what I'm doing, then. You never know what I might need later. But I really want wires and the other thing. Let's see if we can find wires and the other thing. Circuits, that was it. What do we got? What's that? Circuit! Boom! Booyaka. Now I just need some wires. Okay. No kidding, Hero Noise. Today is the day when I realized to my horror that I was secretly the alien all along. Fun Friend Animals, the movie. Funny character D. You know, call me crazy. I think the creators of this game might have been a little cynical, which makes it even more satisfying that they were actually capable of buying themselves out from under their publisher. I wish such success on many developers for many reasons. There it was. I saw it. Oh, God. Where was it? It was so small. There it is. There's my wire. Or not? What is that? That's like a nut or a bolt or something. I can't even grab it. Okay, whatever. Whatever. Oh, yeah, absolutely, that rough person. Amusingly enough, I actually really like Power Wash Simulator. Probably more than I should. It is immensely satisfying. I have a couple of complaints with it, but only a couple. I haven't played Power Wash Simulator 2 yet. I don't know if that fixes any of my issues with it. Okay, so that's that chunk. Maxis. One of many. Unfortunately. I'd say remember Micropost, but they're making a comeback, weirdly enough. It's like not the same team and not the same anything, really, but it's Microprose.
Transferring credits.
And they're certainly trying the same types of games. So, you know, whatever.
Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
Oh, that's my last tether. Don't remind me to refill those in a bit. Probably want to go back for fuel now. I almost said alcohol. Oxygen. I don't know how I got alcohol and oxygen confused there. This is great. Just to have a big ol' that point to get to the cockpit instead of that stupid glass. Microprose was and is
Transferring credits.
an older one, an older company. They did a whole lot of strategy stuff. Like the whole strategy over genre was them. They did a bunch of stuff. And they're still doing a bunch of stuff. Like I said, they're back. Weirdly large amount of external stuff here. One of the positives I jotted down was for the existence of I see. Of the brake. And I felt like I had to defend that. So, in case I have to defend that, I just want you to think about playing this game without the brake functionality. Just picture it for a moment, especially anybody who's actually played this game and understands that. I actually went briefly without using the brakes earlier just to kind of feel how awful that would be, and it was terrible. I stopped doing it after about 30 seconds.
Salvage accepted. Credit applied.
And after thinking, why is that a good thing? Well, it just means that the creators of the game actually thought a lot about how to make this work. I said it before and I'll say it again. Making a fully 3D game like this work, it's a lot harder than it sounds, because the human brain doesn't work that way.
Deposited. Applying credit to account.
And there's a lot of little things they did to make this better. How many tethers right now? Come on out. Yeah, exactly, R. Spruce. Just picture this. No brakes. Because the brake, here, I'll demonstrate in a second. For those of you who haven't been watching me play this or haven't played this yourself, the brakes cheat, right? Like, it's full video gaming. Almost all of the physics here is pretty realistic, right? You kind of go around here, and then you kind of get into an orbit if you're trying to change. See, this is just me holding forward. You get the idea. Brake is complete physics brake. It's just like, oh, I'm spiraling out of control. Brake. And you just stop dead wherever you are. And that's not how that works. That's not how space works. That's not how braking in space works. It is full stop. And I love it. Because this is still a video game, and video games should still be fun. I know that sounds strange to praise something like that, but I have to praise the design put into it. Because if they'd gone full physicsy, that would have worked too, if that was the intent. If that makes any sense? Let me try to explain that a little bit differently. You know how a lot of games kind of cut a line, no pun intended, between the gradient of bonkers versus realistic? Well, the reason that's a gradient is because you can do all kinds of in-between. You don't have to be fully bonkers, and you don't have to be fully realistic, right? You have to be a full simulator. So if this is a full simulator game, there's nothing really wrong with that, or the idea of, you know, that being the gimmick of the game. But to do an in-between like this takes work. It takes time. It takes effort. And that's the kind of thing that I am giving that positive for, is the effort and design put into the place. What in the world? Can't I just go out the front? Yeah, I can go out the front because the cockpit's gone. Let's make a bigger hole out the front. I mean, even the severe modularity of this, or the fact that almost all the salvage goes into 3 bins, is pretty video gaming. But that's okay. That's a good thing. I'm kind of glad we're out of this era, but some of you remember probably right around the aughts, or the end of the aughts, so the 10s, I should say. Right about 2010 and a few years after, there was this big push for games to be, I'm going to put this as nice as I can, not games. You remember that?
Salvage.
Like, it was a dirty word to have game mechanics in your game. Everything was pushing for realism, or being as cinematic as possible, or whatever. That was close.
Warning. Your oxygen reserves
And
are
I don't know about you guys, I like playing games
Deposit registered.
that are games. Strange thought, I know. Alright, let's go get some oxygen and some tethers while we're here. Oh god, yeah, no, that would be terrible, Dr. Winter. Good example, by the way. I'm gonna read that out loud for anybody not reading chat. Imagine if one of the Fallouts, especially Fallout 3 in New Vegas, you had to prep your magazine, put the bullets in one by one manually. There'd be a whole mechanic for it. Make sure you don't screw it up because you can jam your line otherwise.
oxygen levels stabilizing. Tethers restored.
And that's how you reload every time you go to reload your gun. That would get old. Roller Coaster Tycoon. Yep. I think most of the Tycoon games were Microprose. Could be wrong about that, though. The old ones. Obviously not the new ones.
Salvage accepted. Credit applied.
Yeah, like, and that's the other thing. Those kind of realistic features can actually be really cool as an option. Like as,
This is your 5-minute warning, Cutter. 5 minutes left.
some of those games try to have survival-y mechanics to, as an option, and varying degrees of success. There's actually a series of mods for Skyrim that add survival mechanics to everything, which was, I always thought was kind of cool. Okay, so now that we got all the stuff out in the middle, I think we're safe to go ahead and chop this off here. What's the issue? What are you running into? What are you running into? Ha! Thought you were loose. Now, we've got to find Chris Sawyer so we can save game. I mean Christmas. I mean, get in there, get in there. This should be good to go too. Yep. No? No, it is going. Very slowly. What is the issue here? Oh, I see the issue. You go that way first. There we go. Now we're good.
Valuable object processed. Credits deposited. Salvage goal reached. Rewards assigned. Valuable object processed. Credits awarded.
Come on. There we go. In you go. Okay. And I think we'll spend the rest of our time getting some greens out through the hole we made. Although, you know what we can do instead? Hang on a second. Now I'm wondering, because I thought Microprose was involved with the Tycoon games. Let's look that up. Blah, 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 blah. 1982, Civilization, XCOM. Railroad Tycoon was them, so I was right about that. Let's see what else we got here. Let's see. Nope, wrong. There we go. Real quick. We've got... What's that? So there's Sid Meier's Pirates. That's 87. Bunch of flight sims, because that was kind of their shtick back in the day. There's Railroad Tycoon at 1990. Civilization, 1991. A lot of games I'm just kind of skipping over. They did Darklands. I didn't actually know that. Huh. You ever heard of Darklands, von Falkenstein? Only hit my radar pretty recently, like a year ago. Master of Orion, 93. UFO Enemy Unknown. So yeah, there's your XCOM. Star Trek Final Unity. I didn't know that was Microprose. Civil Civ 2, obviously Master of Orion 2. Mech Commander was them. Mech Warrior 3 was them. Roller Coaster Tycoon was them. Wait. Oh, that's why it said Hasbro. I was going to say, you just said it wasn't Roller Coaster Tycoon. So, yeah, Microprose got eaten up by Hasbro. That's why. Worms Armageddon was also Microprose. That was a bunch. Anyways, so we got our wires. Wait, no, we got the wires. Oh, no, we didn't get the wires. We haven't found the wires yet. No! Okay, okay, new plan. Destroy everything.
Salvage registered. Transferring credits.
Seconds left to wrap things up, Cutter.
Salvage deposit confirmed. Applying credit.
Is that a genuine Wii or a bad Wii push-ups? Help me out here. Don't look directly into the flare.
Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
Actually, yeah, Dr. Winter. That's a great example, though. In fact, I've used that as an example of seconds and minutes several times. There's a reason I consider seconds and minutes a bad thing. Even if your oxygen supply runs out, your body has many more seconds before life function ceases.
Hello, Shipbreaker. Overnight genetic backup complete. Pattern deviation nominal. Have a good day.
Well, we're not level 8 yet, so I'm just going to start a shift. Hey, Brigman. Yeah, I still need wires. I might have to rip out a terminal. Okay. Note to self, rip out someone remind me. I need to rip out a terminal. Ostensibly the capital of the solar system, Earth is now considered a backwater by most colonies. Reminds me of the Alien series, too. Oh, I don't want to go to that dump. Well, you've seen most of the gameplay loop if you've watched me for more than a few seconds, push-ups. Hi, Valerian. Alright, Valerian, I got a challenge for you. I want you to come up with some really cool, semi-political, semi-boring, bureaucratic question for the extant. Go! I can't get it all the way out. Can I? It's a very selfish question. I apologize, Valerian. But I do very selfishly like talking about the extant and boring stuff, so... Let's see if that covers both. Sorry, I heard this inhuman sound. Someone's dog. Alright, so it was literally inhuman.
Credits transferred.
Not in the way I meant that. But, you know. It counts. Right? Yeah, it counts. Ooh. I'm gonna have to pull that out manually. Still not 100% sure how I'm supposed to get some of these things. Like this right here. Well, no, maybe I... Never mind. Question answered. Oh, that killed it, though. I don't know why. Oh, okay. I'll have to think about that.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
Actually, amusingly enough, push-ups is probably just trying to be a troll. But insurance is an interesting topic in its own right, because insurance... Well, first of all, is something that shouldn't be privatized. Let's just get the obvious statement out there. Insurance should not be a way to make money. Insurance should be more of a social contract. It's a group of people who pool money so that anybody in the group of people can then benefit from it if they need it. It is the just in case. It is insurance. I've actually put thought into putting that under a governmental purview. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. Look, that's my bag, push-ups. Boring and bureaucratic. I even know how to spell bureaucratic. That's how boring I am. This is 6.5 kilos. Look at this thing. Is it even moving? It's kind of hard to tell. Yeah, it's moving. Okay, I'm going to call that good. Here, I'll spell it right now in chat. There, boom. That's how you spell it. Okay. It's kind of hoping to knock out the floor out of here.
Valuable object accepted for processing.
How does trading between polities work is a really good question. Well, nothing's happened to him yet, Luke. Yeah, the Oregon to California one is a good question. The general idea is probably exactly what you're predicting. In other words, it's kind of just on them. So the specifics kind of matter to them, if that makes any sense. In other words, if it doesn't actually... Oh, there's tons of consoles to salvage. Oh, that's right. I need to get the terminal. Right. Thank you for reminding me. I had forgotten. If it doesn't cross federal lines, I don't mean physically, I mean like the lines of existence. Yeah, here we go. There's a terminal. Collected wires. Lost 200,000 credits, but I got the wires. But like for example, I'll use the obvious example. Let's say that Oregon wanted to trade with California by selling slaves to California. So California would be like, no. Actually, the federal government would be like, no. Because that's something covered at the federal level.
Material accepted.
Why are you still here? Get here. No. Go that way. Is it? I can't even tell what's going on. I really can't. Go in. Okay, I think it's going in now. But yeah, like the general idea is that whatever the local polities want to do, they can. It's up to them. Hey, Ross. What most likely happens, this goes back to that bureaucratic layer we talked about, is there's probably groups of people, bureaus, I suppose,
Salvage accepted.
whose entire job it is to verify trade deals. Like, all right, hold up. Double check. And for the most part, I imagine that would be just kind of a, I don't want to say a rubber stamp situation, but pretty close to it, right? Like, for the most part, that job is probably pretty boring.
Salvage deposit secured. Credits awarded.
Which one, Ross, if you don't mind sharing?
Valuable object posted.
Actually, I'm not sure if Earth exists in the extant push-ups. So that's my answer to you. Yeah, Hades has a couple of glyphs. So no shame there.
Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
God dang it. Come here.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
What's really funny is the level after Elysium is, in my opinion, the best level in Hades 1.
Salvage
I even
deposit.
mentioned it in the review.
Account credited.
Do you understand the game you're playing, Ross? Everyone's sexy. Everyone. That's actually a good question, Push-Ups. But hang on, I want to answer Dr. Winter's first. Dr. Winter asked... I think RPGs would be easier or slimmed down if we replace loot, sell, buy loop with a fiat value of here's equipment you can get, do fulfill requirement. So, I actually have played Rogue Trader. I actually know exactly what you're referring to.
Note that excess carbon dioxide can cause damage to...
In fact, I've actually had several extensive thoughts about that already, and several discussions as well. Not on camera. The bottom line for me, after quite a bit of discussing about it, like I said, it was a whole thing, is that if you're going to abstract stuff away like that, what you have done is you have removed gameplay. That's not inherently a bad thing, But removal of gameplay means there's an entire... What? What? Shoot. This is strange. There's an entire loop of gameplay that you actually can't do well at. You can't do badly at it either, but you can't do well at it, right? So that's just gameplay that doesn't exist. Now that's fine. In fact, I can think of plenty of games that do that worse, and that actually detracts from it. But you get my point. It is the removal of possibility, good or bad. I have known plenty of games that have an in-game economy in terms of equipment and sales, resources, and progression that do a really good job of it and makes that a valid and valuable part of the game loop. I also know that more than a few people...
You got 5 minutes.
Shut up! I also know that more than a few people actually enjoy the core loop of, okay, do I want this? Is this better here? Etc. Now...
Before they turn the lights out on you, we were out.
There are some asterisks to that. Some pretty serious asterisks, actually. But that's the summary there. Is I think that if you're going to get rid of it, then all you're doing is getting rid of the possibility. Good or bad. If you're not sure about how to balance an in-game economy, sure. Nuke it. No judgment.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
Now... So, what about when a unionized job becomes redundant? Now, that's an interesting question. I suppose there would need to be some kind of standardized policy for that. What would most likely happen is, by virtue of being part of the union, there would be provisos in place to help with retirement, because at that point, you are effectively being retired because your job doesn't exist anymore. But there would be a proviso for, hey, do you want retraining? Do you want to be part of some other thing that probably has replaced your existing job? Is this a field you want to work into? Blah, blah, blah. And then because of the fact that you're already an existing worker, yeah, exactly, retraining, it would probably be the first option there. The second option then being just retirement. Okay, you did it, you're cool, you have been valuable and useful, go enjoy the rest of your life. Right? Like, let's use the job we're doing right here, shipbreaking, right? This is hard work. Long hours, dangerous, difficult. You do this, and like, let's say we reach a point where you can just toss all of this into a bay like that down there, and the person isn't needed anymore. You, in my opinion, deserve more than to just be thrown away like garbage. Even though your job has been made redundant. That's not really on you, is it? And we wouldn't have gotten to this point without you. So, here you go. Enjoy. There's a lot of words to say retraining and pension in that order, but stand by it. Just watch it slowly point away. Listen, you're not allowed to care about other human beings, okay? It's not allowed.
Salvage deposit secured.
Profit it.
Credits awarded.
I see no profit in it for money. It's the first thing to go? Oh gosh, that's actually a tough one. I think the answer is not applicable. In other words, I don't think there's a first thing that goes. I think the people in charge of the budget will be doing their jobs properly and actually looking at the budget, rather than just axing X because it happens to be the thing that you axe. Yeah, balanced budget is also not necessarily a good thing. The amount of people who don't understand the value of debt and deficit is weird to me. No judgment. I'm not calling anyone out in chat. It's just that's a common thread I've noticed.
Processing object. Applying credits to account.
Like, managed debt is how money moves, especially at large scales.
Applying credits.
It's kind of like how there should be unemployment.
1 minute left, Cutter. I'd say get a move on, but You know that already.
And a lot of people just look at unemployment and see it as a universal negative for obvious reasons, that's worth noting, but unemployment is not a universal negative. The exact degree of post-scarcity is something I've been debating for a while, Blue Bull. The general idea is yes, but like that's a gradient more than you'd think. Having said that, is there a universal basic income? Yes. And are human beings required for work? Is another interesting question. We'll say leaning towards yes, because there's plenty of jobs that you always want some kind of person doing, especially in the service industries, of which there are many. Bingo. We'll just know. And also, unemployment as a factor also covers people who are transitioning in jobs. You know, we don't want a caste system where you work the same job for the rest of your life, right? Oh, absolutely, Dr. Winter.
Good morning, Cutter 9346-52. Today's weather report, clear and sunny, with a high of -270 degrees.
Where? I could still get some levels here. Oh, wait, actually, hang on. Back up. Where's my ship? Where's my ship? Oh, God. Well, there's my ship. But, like, for real, why can't I dump this stuff onto my ship? The good news, Portal 2 is a relatively short game, which helps with its replayability. Also, lol, for anyone. I don't have enough points for any of this, do I? Yeah, alright, whatever. But it's not... It's on the workshop. Right. Of course it is. That just makes perfect sense. There we go. Hey!
To the ship, Doctor. Let's fix that ship up. Nice work. If I had a heart, I'd be proud.
Okay, now I need fuse, which means I'm gonna have to rip apart a power junction or a breaker at some point.
Nice job.
Okay, back into the ship. I mean, let's be honest, the reason we like GLaDOS is the actress. There's no shame in that, it's just the truth. She's a great actress and she nails the tone. Pretty much perfectly. Even in Cyberpunk. Okay, so let's get in between the hull here. I missed something somewhere. Sure. What did I miss? Did I miss something? Oh, maybe I didn't. You're acting like I did, though. Strange. There's a whole chunk of the ship I haven't even touched yet. Edie would be ludicrously overpowered in Cyberpunk, and I know that because there's actually a whole thing about how insanely dangerous AIs are in Cyberpunk. I'm telling you, like, every sci-fi setting, AIs are either banned or, like, horribly illegal or something. It's just a thing. Yeah, I guess we could see what the hell I'm missing here. Maybe it's still connected to the front? I think that is actually it. That's what it is. Okay. Are AIs evil in Cyberpunk? Yes. We'll go with yes. Whether that's malevolent evil or, you know, alien evil.
Damage detected. Be sure to always budget for helmet repair.
Salvage accepted.
That's a bit more debatable. Is there non-evil stuff in Cyberpunk? Ostensibly. I think that's everything in there, so we should be good on that. Yep. Take her away, boys. Yep, okay, we're good on that one. I don't remember who that is, so I'm going to default to yes.
Material deposited.
This should be able to move now. Nothing should be preventing this from moving. Oh, he's super evil. Like, that's, I got it. I don't know where to take this joke, so you're just gonna have to live with it. Go. Go in. Also go in. Gosh darn it. Go. But no, for real, the Cyberpunk setting, for those of you who know, there's something called the firewall or the data wall or something. I forget what it's actually called. And before that wall was put up, the AIs were so dangerous and devastating to society that there's basically nothing that could stop them. They were just gonna win. And it's actually a fairly realistic look at the overall concept, because the idea is that they could just do so much so quickly in a society and setting where everything was online, right? At all times. No, Blue Bulb. In fact, near as I can tell, there's no such thing as more shifts than necessary. That was interesting. I wasn't expecting that, actually. Oh, that's a heavy chonker. Come on, come on. Down you go, down you go. Come back
Salvage
to you.
deposit registered. Account credited.
Is this it? Is this all just processing? Can't be, right? There's no way. No, Mr. Ed. Not even close. No, the damage that LLMs do is much more subtle than super AIs that are going to destroy everything. No, the great horror is that stupid people have been saying that LLMs and generative AI are bad, specifically because of Skynet, right? Metaphorically. Oh my god, the AIs are going to take over, robot uprising, etc. Those people are some of the most pro-generative AI people out there, because it's like this. Let's say that I want to sell you carrots, okay? And I want to market to you on carrots. I want you to like these carrots. And there's this person over here says, oh my god, carrots are secretly aliens from Venus who are here to eat your brains. And obviously that's not true. Now what carrots are is poisonous. And I am feeding you poison bit by bit in order to try and kill off a whole bunch of people. Don't worry, I'll make tons of money for it. It'll be fine. It's worth it. But no one's paying attention to the fact that these are poison, because all this noise is being generated by these jackasses who are insisting that these are aliens from Venus. So they are the most pro-carrot group because they are selling carrots inadvertently. Make sense?
Salvage registered. Transferring credits.
So what is down here that is so valuable? Fuel injector. Whoa, 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 what just happened? Oh, there. Hello. Okay. This is mean. This is really mean. Oh, this is a thing. Okay, hang on. This should be detached now. We're gonna gamble that it is. Okay, it looks like it actually is. Perfect. We're good. Sorry, you actually asked that earlier. I apologize, Disco. Texas Hold'em. I have to pick one. Which you did just make me do, so.
Credits deposited.
Oh yeah, that was a huge chunk of value. Oof. Yeah, we just gotta rank up from that.
Object processed. Transferring credits.
If we're counting fictional games, sure. Why not? Let's stretch it up a little. Okay. Oof. Okay. Scooch up. Listen, if I'm not going to get stabbed in a dingy bar over a game, is it even really a game?
Warning. Oxygen reserves are
Oh,
dropping.
no. Fine. I got 6 minutes. No push-ups.
Processing valuable deposit. Credits transferred.
Believe it or not, you can't kill other sentient sapient beings. Under most circumstances. And just kind of be cool with that.
Oxygen levels stabilizing.
Hmm. God, that thing is heavy. Pretty much need a tether to pull that. There you go. Jostle that sucker. Come on. Pull it. Pull it. Pull it. It's like stuck on something. Do you see in that? Hang on. Pull it off of there. What is it? What are you stuck on? You're stuck on this tiny panel. No, it's stuck right there. It's right there. There's a reactor in here? No, there's no reactor here. I'm confused. Okay, so like... Alright, this is ridiculous. Oh!
Other supplies are dropping.
Oh god, it's straight up... It's stuck. It's stuck. And it's not going to go in. We're going to stop wasting time on that. Because that is, at this point, a waste of time. Get the really valuable thing. It's this.
Salvage is secured.
Oh, come on, I'm so close to rank 4.
Valuable object processed. Credits awarded.
I was good at Gwent, actually. Don't run into the wall. Oh, whatever, it's in the wall. Alright, what about you? Let's see if we can get you in there. Oh god, I didn't even think about that, woo. Sure, we got a little bit of time. Let's pull the other way. Probably want at least 3 for that.
Caution. No tethers. Please refill supplies.
It is completely stuck. I think it's actually bugged stuck. Look at it. It's not budging an inch. Even though it should be. I think it's actually bugged stuck. So... Not gonna rob me of this. It really wants to rob me of this. It really does. I ain't cutting nothing, Loke. I refuse. Also, I'm not sure I can. While we're on the subject. Yeah, that's a huge chunk of change, and I'd really like to at least hit rank 4. Like, especially since I'm inches from it. Let's buy some more tethers really quick. Let's just buy everything over here.
Tethers restored.
No, I meant what I said. I'm going to move on. If I have enough time after getting the other 2 pieces, I will consider it. But I'm going to consider that lost wages. No one to fold them. Speaking of Texas Hold'em. Okay, one of those is being pulled in. That's good. There it goes. There's our rank 4.
Salvage goal cleared. Rewards allocated.
Pull that edge this way. Kind of try and turn it a little bit. Wouldn't mind hitting 5. That is quitter talk. It's called being smart. I know that's a rarity in today's society, and also all societies.
Wind it down, Cutter. Dig deep. Let's finish strong.
Come on, a little more, a little more. Screw it. I can afford this. Go. Go. Look at that. Look at that. Yeah, the furnace is pulling at it. That's what's happening. And so the tethers are pulling against the furnace. And the weight. Like just the raw weight of the damn thing. We have played Vermintide 1 and 2. Then we tried Darktide. We didn't like Darktide. There it goes. Boom. Alright, now with my last 10 seconds, I'm gonna spit on this thing. Spit, spit, spit. Oh, God, look at that. Literally like 1 pixel from rank 5. Bug. I don't know. Listen, I've been chugging lead since the day I was born. I ain't never had any problemifications.
Good morning, Shipbreaker. Please enjoy the following inspirational message. Success is not the key to happiness. Happiness is the key to success. If you love what you do, you will be successful.
Hang on real quick. How many points do I have right now? 65. Yeah, Darktide, I don't enjoy Darktide. We put the game down, but there were 2 big reasons why. The first is we were tired of doing the same map over and over, and the second is related to that. There's no content when we quit Darktide. Like, there was no campaign. There was no quests, there was no stories, there was nothing. It was just go do random missions. It was excessively boring. When did we play Darktide? Pretty soon after it came out. It was after, I want to say, the first major patch. Yeah, exactly. Darktide was just go do a rando, which, you know, sure, but not for me. Let's go ahead and grab this. I've been sitting on this for a while. I mean, it's possible Darktide has since become a good game. That's not unusual. But it poisoned the well enough for us that we've never been back. And honestly, we probably never will be. If you want to play a game like that again, we'll play Vermintide 2 again. Okay, so what else we got? I need a fuse. This will not have a fuse. This will not have a fuse. This will have a fuse, though. Yes, good, good. And a reactor. Power junctions and breakers. Power junctions. Someone remember that. Power junctions and breakers. I need a fuse.
Alright, Cutter. Thrusters on these Atlas ships are worth a mint, but can be a touch fiddly. There's only one way to salvage the thruster engines and fuel injectors intact. You gotta pop off the thruster nozzle and work your way inside from there.
Haven't we already done that?
These thrusters become unstable once you start working on them. Fire starts spreading real fast. When it reaches the fuel tank, it's gonna blow. You gotta get in quick and switch off the fuel supply. There's a shut-off switch at the very back. Get to that switch as fast as you can. Otherwise, well, you'd be in for a big old mess. Okay, let's get that nozzle removed.
Salvage deposit confirmed. Applying credit.
Oh, okay. That was another thing. I don't know if this is true anymore. But with Dark Tide, it was very live servicey. You know what I mean? Go grind missions, to go grind levels, to go grind resources, to go grind weapons, to upgrade weapons. It was a whole thing, and it was boring. I don't like that model. I'm sorry. I will... If you like that model, I am happy for you. I am not one of the people who likes that model. So I could do all kinds of stuff here, but honestly, why don't I just pop the hood? Let's just depressure. Let's do an explosive decompression here. Who's with me? It'll be fine, Kira White Nuts. It'll be fine. See? It was even the right shape to catch everything.
Raw material accepted.
Okay, well, I power stuff because I need a... Whoa! I honestly did not even see that antenna there. Let's fix that really quick.
Salvage deposited. Applying credit to account.
Live service model. Grind to grind to grind.
Salvage registered.
Something that's probably intended to be a forever game. I hate forever games.
Salvage accepted. Credit applied.
Okay. Power's probably still going because I see the lights are on. Let's not rip apart any junction boxes yet. Emphasis on the yet. I thought there was a reactor nearby. I mean, I don't see how PMGX. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be argumentative, but like, we played through Vermintide 2, played the campaign, and enjoyed it. Then we started Darktide 2, got nowhere because there was no campaign, and put it down because there was nothing to do. Like, I don't...
Salvage secured. Credit deposited.
Now, Vermintide 2's problem was the fact that they were over-monetizing the crap out of it. And good lord, were they.
Salvage
Yeah, I never grinded, like, anything in Vermintide 2. Which, I suppose, just says something for how unnecessary it was, which is good. I don't need a computer terminal.
Salvage deposit confirmed. Applying credit.
Anyways, point being, Darktide 2 is total garbage, and anybody who likes it is literally Hitler. That's just what I'm trying to say.
Credit
I never played Dead Island, no. Yeah, I need a fuse, which means I need power station stuff. I did play Left 4 Dead 2, which I believe also includes Left 4 Dead 1.
Salvage deposit accepted.
Oh, that's a shame, Bregman. mean, I haven't played Left 4 Dead 2 in years, but we did do a full playthrough of that one. Now, that's an interesting question, Push-Ups. The answer is no. Right to education is something enshrined in law. Parents don't have the right, as amusing as that sounds, to deny education to their children. Or, to be more accurate, someone does not have the right to prevent someone else from getting education. It's just that also happens to apply to parents.
Transferring credits.
Well, let's see, I'm trying to not come down to ours. I'm making fun of myself. Because, obviously, we actually had a lot of fun with Dark Tide for what it was. It's just there was nothing to do. I played the big guy, I can't remember his name. And I actually had a lot of fun with that. But the problem was, like, once we did a few missions and started looping the Ogren, thank you. Once we started looping missions, it became clear there was nothing to do, and we just put it down. I have no idea if they've added, like, content or campaigns or story arcs or anything since then. I have no idea. I haven't looked into it since then. If they have, I might want to ship that around to my new co-op group. Because that might be something worth looking into. Actually, no, Czar. There was originally, and that was mostly artifact design. Well, it knocked out the power. I'm going to pull this off over here. Unfortunately, it probably does want me to come in from the back. I was kind of hoping to be able to access stuff from the front. Let's try some. Of course they are. Why wouldn't they be separate? So I'd love to say instantly push-ups, but in the interest of reality, the big problem with the pandemic, and this is something that we faced in real life, was it's kind of hard to really tell how bad a pandemic is when you're in the beginning of it.
Warning. Oxygen low. Note that oxygen costs can be reduced through good breathing practices.
Thanks game, appreciate you. Having said that, I feel like a more standardized approach would be to always assume it's a pandemic and treat it accordingly. Basically, the assume it's a fire every time the fire alarm goes off kind of approach. I understand full well how irritating that is, but I also kind of think that that's probably a better overall approach. Especially when people's actual lives are on the line, like they tend to be with a pandemic, you know what I mean?
Warning. Critical oxygen levels detected.
So they probably would have assumed it was an actual pandemic early on and started using your standard procedures. We have in real life all kinds of procedures for dealing with that kind of crap. Oxygen, please. Thank you.
Oxygen levels
True, clearing.
stabilizing.
So they probably would have been on top of that, dealt with it, and like, oh, it was a real pandemic. Cool. And then, tried to figure out some kind of cure and or vaccine for it. Anyway, sorry, I never actually finished answering. Oh no, the economy!
Shift clock says 5 minutes left. You know what to do.
Look, I understand the significance and importance of an economy, but come on. I actually never got COVID, although I did get vaccinated pretty early on. Hello. That might be contributory. Let me say that sentence differently. I never had any symptoms. I might have been one of those asymptomatics. I might have had it and just pushed through it. Shrug. There's like no alternative here, is there? This is worth 140k. Let's go ahead and get this out of here. This is worth some time.
Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
Although I'm getting pretty close to the time where only millions are going to start mattering. Like, I can already feel it, you know. How much is it worth? It's only worth $1 million. Burn it. I don't know if sparks can set off fuel tanks, but every time I do this, I get a little bit nervous. No reason. Alright. Get in there. Don't be weird about it like your cousin was. Oh, I aimed it a little bit wrong. In you go. Okay, we got a little bit of an exposure now.
Accepted for processing.
Let's get that fuel out of there. Frickin' mine.
Salvage deposit.
There's the reactor.
Credits awarded.
Someone's keeping it in there. Gotta hurry. I want to get this reactor before the time runs out. Look, as long as you're not licking people's eyeballs, push-ups.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred. Deposit accepted.
At least we got a level out of all that. I'm not missing it. There it is.
Not much left of this ship, Cutter. About 1 minute remaining.
I thought he said ship, not shift. And I was like, dude, what are you talking about? I'm not even at, like, the halfway point. Listen, Braven. Listen. You look at Gates McFadden, and you just know.
Salvage deposit confirmed. Applying credit.
Okay, that should actually be it for this. Double checking. This is a honker, but I love sending in honkers, as anybody's been watching me can tell.
Tether supplies are low.
Ooh, level 9.
Level awarded.
Oh.
Upgraded.
Of course, I don't have any points to spend on upgrades right now. Okay. Done, Valerian. And you're in charge of the department.
Hello, Shipbreaker. You have 1 incoming transmission waiting.
Hey, newbie. Hey. Just having a couple cold ones and thought I'd ask you something. You ever heard of karaoke? Karaoke? No? It's singing without words. Well, the original words. Anyway, It's a big thing back home. My daughter wants to be a singer one day. She's good, too. Believe it or not, I can belt out a tune.
Please don't sing.
Hey, you think Lou can rig something up so's we can do karaoke over comms? Clever ideas, that kid. Well, anyways, I'm gonna get some shut-eye. Gotta do it all over again tomorrow. Am I right? Good night, kiddo.
Did you just drunk text me?
Good morning, Shipbreaker.
Listen up, folks. Let me introduce you to Hal Rhodes.
No need for introductions, Weaver. I know who you all are. Let's just get right into it. I know you don't love a middle manager like me coming in, making life hard. Yeah, I get it. See, I'm from people like you. Used to work the links yards around Ceres. Not shipbreaking, of course. Processing, which honestly is just as tough. Real back-breaking work.
Yep, we know processing can be just
Look,
as tough.
this is real simple. I hit my goals, and I'm out of your hair. But we all gotta pull the rope in the same direction. Get it? Cooperation. Cooperation. You scratch my back, and we'll all be done here in no time. Capisci? Okay then, I'm taking the day to settle in, and we'll see you all tomorrow, bright and early. Okay?
Okay then.
This guy thinks he knows what back-breaking work is.
I'm telling ya. 1 week, tops.
Guy's gonna cooperate with the business end of my grapple.
Okay now. Remember, be on your best behavior. See y'all in the yard.
I'm gonna preemptively jot him down as a face punching. Yeah, he's our union breaker. Javelin heavy cargo small. Oh hey, we dipped below 1.2 billion. We're at 1.197 billion now. Oh, hang on. I'm stupid. Hey, what's this? Oh, he's dead. Darn. Human trials of the Railgate began in 2252, showing early signs of success. However, 1 year later, disaster struck. Due to human error and negligence on the part of the chief supervisor, the Phobos-based section of the gate prototype experienced catastrophic collapse. The resultant blast affected dozens of colonies on and around the moon. Final death toll around 15,000 colonists and Link's employees. Oh God, Ross. It really did.
Hey there, I'm Shippy. I'm here.
Right, I never got a fuse. I still haven't found a fuse. Let's go deal with this stupid thing again. Listen, Wu, I'm sure he's a good guy. He's helpful and terrible, and he's just gonna run into my fist a lot.
Now,
Another day, another gent in the dead. Anyone want to race me?
You don't quit racing, you're gonna get yourself killed for real someday.
This is Hal. Just wondering, how much time is spent chatting on average in a day here?
It's just the crew checking in with one another from time to time. No harm in that.
Well, as you know, the Link's employee handbook says that avoiding chatter makes profits fatter.
Talking to each other is good for productivity, actually.
Well, we'll look at the performance reports later and see, I guess.
People are people. Doesn't mean we don't take our work seriously, Rhodes.
Steiner, right? No need to talk back.
Hey now, it's all good, right? Let's everybody just get back to work.
Fine. I'm out of here.
Good, good. You should all focus on your work.
I want this man to die. On behalf of every person who's ever worked a real job in their life, I want this person to die. Let's peel that shell a little bit more. That would be funny if we could just mute someone on the comms, specifically. Just mute him, you know, it's like... And he's just sitting there... Rah, 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 rah.
Valuable object.
Rah, 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 rah.
Credits deposited.
Rah, rah, rah.
Salvage deposited. Applying credit to account.
I was gonna say, I've actually had a PHB before. How many of you ever had to deal with one? Because I hope the answer is none of you. But...
Processor deposit accepted. Credits awarded.
If you don't know what the term is, you probably haven't had to deal with it. PHB stands for Pointy-Haired Boss. It's from Dilbert. It's a particular brand of bad boss. There's lots of types of bad bosses, but the PHB is someone who is uniquely stupid on top of being aggressively malevolent. Their job is to make your life and job as worse as possible. They will do nothing to help you. They will do nothing to improve the situation. But they will go way out of their way to make sure that everything is worse for everyone, including them.
Additional rewards assigned.
Yeah, PHBs suck. That's pretty much the end of that. Oh, looks like the power's out, so I can start ripping apart fuse boxes if I find any. I haven't seen any yet, but you never know.
Object processed. Transferring credits.
Just occurred back. I should look for this stuff. Hello. There we go. Got the fuse. Hey, Colgrim. Good little shoe is awesome. Alright,
Raw material deposited.
You know, you might think that PHBs make no sense logically, and that's because they don't. They really are just there to make things worse. And yeah, justifying layoffs is a common reason for that. My PHB was kind of unique. He was a friend of the boss. And he needed a job. So he got one. That's it. I wouldn't have minded as much if he did literally nothing. And I know that sounds sad, but it's true. If he literally never did anything, it would have been fine.
Processing object. Applying credits to...
Problem was, he kept trying to help. And, Well,
Salvage
they don't call them PHPs because they're really good managers who know how to run their teams. You know what I mean?
Salvage accepted. Credit applied.
I've never had that happen, Ross. I'm actually kind of surprised, but I believe you. Oh, he was fired over it because he was hurting productivity that hard. Push-ups. The worst part
Transferring credit.
was they were going to do a farewell party for him, and literally everyone said they were not going to participate except for his friend, you know, the guy who hired him. So they canceled the farewell party.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
Yeah, I felt that one. Like, I have enough human sympathy, even for someone who was my enemy, to feel that one and just be like, "Ooh, okay, yep, that." Like I said, if he just sat there on his hands and did nothing, it would have been better for the company. And for me, and for my job, and everyone else's job, and customers, and literally everyone. You want to get a paycheck for breathing? I don't really oppose that as much as you'd think. Within reason, right? And he didn't get paid that much. In fact, he get paid, I'd say about what I did. Give or take. Which is not that a lot.
Salvage registered.
I'd say that's worse.
Transferring credits.
Good guess, actually, push-ups, but no. It was the third guy who ruined the company trying to make it have more profits.
Salvage deposit registered. Account credited.
So if you ever heard this story, Mr. Evil Jackass who ran for Senate and tech guy who got lucky with the company were the two owners of the company. And then some third guy bought in. We'll call him Bob. And Bob bought in and constantly tried to get the other two to sell him more shares of the company. A feat he never succeeded at, it's worth noting. So he did everything in his power to try and increase profits in order to increase the size of the shares, so his size of the pie would increase. Or rather, his size would increase. His size of the pie wouldn't increase. But you don't get my point, right? So, as you might imagine, he had no idea what he was doing and did nothing but reduce the profits of the company by wasting money on dumb things. Like the Panama schedule thing, the thing that finally made me quit, that was him. He also was the one who insisted on a lot of ticket-based policies, which just wasted time and effort.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credit transferred.
He was also the guy who wanted to make sure everyone was tracking their time in 15-minute increments. In a job where most jobs took hours. And you were usually doing more than one job at a time. He was an idiot. I'll tell you exactly what he did, too, because, and this is not hyperbole because I have actually witnessed it happen. What he would do, looks like that's not going to lose, is he would read whatever was in the latest trade magazines and say, we should do that. And then he would push for us doing that. No, it is actually pulling. Holy crap. Well, I was, let's say I was one of the first people to leave Blue Bulb, and I think you could presume from there what happened. This is a huge talker, but it's going in. Well, plus, a lot of those companies... No, push-ups. A lot of the companies that do the interviews for those kind of magazines deliberately lie because they don't want other companies to join in and you know, become competition. So they'll say, oh yeah, we do such and such. They don't. It's literal sabotage, but he would just take everything in the magazine as read and say, that's what we're doing now. So even if there was anything legit...
Your ship, Cutter. 5 minutes. We were out.
Go in. Can't tell if I'm pushing it. I'm going to assume that's in enough. Not in a minute. So now all I have left is the thing I've been holding off doing this entire time.
Material accepted.
So this should be fun. It's fine, PM Fix. Oh, God! And I'm dead. There's... Ah, okay. It's Senator, actually, Mr. Red. And that was the evil guy. Who literally lied in order to put his ad campaign out. And was just kind of generally not a good human being. Although, yes? Hang on, hang on. Okay, we found the fuse, so that's good. But now...
Kind of makes me feel yucky.
Why?
Because I ate recently and...
Oh, gotcha. I mean, you can get something for later, right?
Yeah.
Except for pulling the engines off of this one first. And we only got 3 minutes left. I was about to say, should I even try this with 3 minutes left in my shift? Like, I should try this in general, right? And then I should never use an Atlas shift again. Ship. Not a shift. God, I can't talk. Does anything look good? Well, does the nozzle start the timer that they mentioned? Because I don't want to deal with that yet. Not with 2 minutes left. Oh, 2.5 minutes. Okay. Wait, I'm getting conflicting info. Damn it! I knew it. Yeah, let's just go ahead and end the shift, and we'll deal with this tomorrow. How's that sound? Yep. Wait, no. Okay. Okay. Wait, chicken BLT? What?
Cheese.
Oh, cheese. Okay, that's a little different. So we're gonna end the shift.
Coleslaw. It's a BLT. It shouldn't have coleslaw.
Look, I demand coleslaw. Gotta say, get the accent right. I demand some coleslaw.
You can,
Actually, gotta say just slaw if you're gonna say it that way. You can what?
get rid of the bacon and the tomato.
Sweet. I want a BLT with no bacon and tomato. I'd make fun, but when I worked at Arby's, I got orders like that. Legitimately. Like, I can't tell you how many times I get, like, I'd like a beef and cheddar with no cheddar, please.
So, beef.
So you want a roast beef sandwich. No, I want a cheeseburger with no cheese. Okay.
Yes?
Yeah, I want a BLT, no bacon or lettuce. I want a T. I've never had that one push-ups. Hey. I have actually, this is one I have encountered as well. I was not working there, but this is at a McDonald's. Yeah, no one else has ordered. Go forth. Hi, DeQuack. It was at a McDonald's, and it was someone who wanted a hamburger with cheese. And when they looked, and you know how it'll show you what you're ordering as they're typing it up? They said, no, I didn't order a cheeseburger. And they got, like, indignant about this. I didn't order a cheeseburger. I wanted a hamburger with cheese. Person said, okay. Re-rang it up. It's actually more expensive that way, or at least it was. I don't know if that's true anymore. I knew it, Blade Taval. It was you. It were you. I didn't even know you then, but it were you.
Good morning, Cutter 9346-52. Lynx would like to share the following inspirational message. The greatest reward in life is the chance to work hard at work worth doing.
Okay, so let's go ahead and place that fuse.
I'm here to help you get this ship healthy again.
Alright, so now I need a filter, which I've already got. Piston, which I've already got.
Your ship will be
Circuit, which I've already got. Dampener, which I've already got. Rod, which I've already got.
Keep it up.
So now I need 2 fuses and a dampener.
Your ship will be
Hang on, I gotta go ban push-ups real quick. Judgmental Cat is judging your push-ups. Oh my god, Ross. Yep, 2 fuses and a dampener. That's our next wish list item. Can I upgrade anything worthwhile yet? Let's say more oxygen. Oh, more recharge. Okay. Okay. I have a brain. I hate to flex on that. I hate to like just praise myself. But I figured out inside of about a week that arguing with the customer doesn't work. Because reality doesn't matter. Triaxia. So I got pretty good at just kind of sliding through that and being like, okay. Here you go. Ooh. What's funny is that phrase has never actually really been true. The customer's always right thing. Okay, so let's get fuel capacity. Obvious. We can't get any grapple upgrades I care about, with one exception. What's that? Range. Cooldown. So I'm thinking tether amount or tether lifetime. Let's do tether amount. Yeah, let's do that. And let's go ahead and repair our 2 things at 50. Put on brakes today. No, I actually could share a whole bunch of wisdom in dealing with people that I learned working. I unironically learned a lot working service. Because I worked retail, and then I worked at Arby's. Hang on, actually no, I'm doing that in the wrong order. First I worked at retail, then I worked as a tech support, then I worked at Arby's, and then I worked at tech support again. And let me tell you, that was an informative several years of my life. Yeah. Should I keep going? Do they have dampeners here? They do not. They also don't have... Well, they do have fuses, but... I said I'd review the Atlas thing. Let's review the stupid Atlas thing. Even though PM Triox is trying to lie to me. Let's do it. Let's do it. I got my ears this time, too, so... So let's see how this goes. What? No. Come here. Oh, absolutely push-ups. The Arby's manager was just trying to embezzle.
Processor deposit accepted. Credits awarded.
In, like, the dumbest possible way. It didn't work out for him. Because anyone with a modicum of understanding of how, like, anything works could catch him immediately. That would be me, by the way. It was the funniest damn thing. I don't remember the exact specifics right now, but he was logging the monthly, our daily intake, and then jotting it down on Notepad, and then adjusting the figures, and then just pocketing the change. Let's do it. Where's the... This way. Should have done the lower one first. Whatever. Come on, go. Alright, let's see. What in the world? Okay, so I want to cut the fuel, I guess? He didn't say what to do next. We're going to cut the fuel because I don't know what else to do.
Clock's ticking now, Cook.
There we go.
Get in there and hit that shut-off switch.
Oh, okay.
Salvage secured. No credit applied.
That's it, Kurt. Real satisfying when it comes apart like that, don't you think? I'll leave you to it from here. Weaver out.
That was interesting. There is interest on my debt, although I'm making way more money than that. I am making headway on the debt. The problem is, and this is going to sound like me flexing that giant brain of mine again, $1 billion is a lot of money. So even though I'm making literal millions of dollars a day, it's going to take a long time to pay that off. Why would you want it to be accessible? That's just crazy talk. Why would you want safety features on your ship? Get out of here, sir. Why would you ever put safety features here?
So you can order.
Thank you.
And now I leave.
Be well.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
You can also order it without a bun. So you can just get lettuce for the price of the whole sandwich.
To be clear, for those of you who missed that earlier part, that means you can get a BLT with no bun, bacon, or tomato.
There's also an option for a lettuce wrap, so you could get lettuce wrapped in lettuce. You can look at the BLT order.
Why?
I don't know.
I'm so confused by this.
I mean, I understand the lettuce wrap part, but if you can remove the other stuff, why can't you remove the lettuce?
I don't.
Also, why is there an option to remove coleslaw? It shouldn't have.
Why is there coleslaw on the BLT?
Place.
Why did you put coleslaw on the BLT?
I didn't do that.
You did this. You did this.
No, I didn't.
All right. What do we got? I gotta have collard. I love collard greens. I absolutely adore collard greens. I will go ham on collard greens. You know, I know you're joking, push-ups, but you know what irritates me about people who try to use that argument? It's like people who like to say, because I've heard the metaphorical equivalent is, well, I thought fire was bad. And it's like, do you have any idea how good of a thing fire is? Or the inverse, right? Which is, I thought you said fire was a good thing, so I stuck my hand inside of a furnace. And it's like, why? Oh, really? Nice, Kinexco. Let's see. Let's just do ribs. Gotta try the ribs. You gotta try the ribs. It's important. Hmm. Sorry, I'm debating way too long here. I apologize. I have a weirdly limited. Let's try some grits. It's another good way to test some place, especially if a barbecue place. See if they have any good grits. And I was about to say, shipbreaking in real life is actually horrifically dangerous, last I checked. I don't know if that's changed. I haven't looked that up in 10 years or something. Okay. Damn right, push-ups. It's gotten worse. I believe you. And that makes me sad. Which what? What? Oh, for God's sake. Here, hang on. I gotta go deal with the thing now. And then I gotta break some ships. Hopefully. I mean, sometimes push-up. You gotta do what you gotta do. Alright, if you're wondering what I'm doing here, this is such a laborious process. I am having to reorder it. And that means I had to take screenshots of our order, dump them onto Discord so I could look at the pictures of what we ordered, because it was a big order for the whole family. And now I am reading my own pictures so I can add these. Can I help you, Cat?
I made my own song.
Okay. This is a very strange song. Are you sure you made this song? Are you sure you made this song?
Yeah.
Okay. I believe you. No, baby. I'm gonna kick you out of here as soon as I'm done, okay? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But no.
Why not my music?
No, you can play your music. I'm just telling her that she's getting kicked out. I apologize for how much time that took. That was over 10 minutes. It's just ridiculous. Okay. So anyways, what the hell was I doing? Right, I had just finished my first Atlas thing, and I'm never doing an Atlas thing again. I actually kind of like it from a gameplay perspective, but like from a I'm trying to level up and make money perspective, I'm probably never doing that again. Anything else here? Doesn't look like it. Oh, whoops. Sorry. Look, StarCraft music, it's always playing in my head, you know what I mean? I don't notice it at a certain point. It's just there. It's always there. Let's just do that, because we know how that's going to work. Well, that's going that away. Oh, shoot, we're getting kind of close to the furnace. There we go. Hopefully those will at least a little... Oh, nope, it's already stuck. Of course. Look at that. Look at that nonsense. Oh, well. You can do it. You can do it. I might as well just watch. I might have an answer, Ross. It might not be a good answer.
Valuable object accepted for processing.
Oh my god, look at this.
You need to mute yourself for a second.
Ross, what's your question?
Okay, you can unmute yourself.
Ross is like, I refuse. This is probably just stuck. What do you want to bet? What do you want to bet? It's just stuck. Look at this stupid thing. Well, see, people like to be mad about things. Because there's like there's an empowerment, right, to being angry about something. This sounds like a joke.
Deposit accepted for processing.
Yeah, righteous indignation is a dopamine thing. It's actually one of the reasons why I try not to watch the news, because it is actually way too easy to get stuck into that. And I'm going to put this as nicely as possible. There's ways to fake that, you know, get angry over nothing, and there's ways to actually legitimately feel that. And I try to avoid both, because even if you're, like, actually angry at something, shall we say, real, that's still... It's a dopamine spiral. Just to put that very simply. I have bought them, consequently. Not only do I think that's a worthwhile endeavor, but it's also, you know, getting them off the frickin' GB. It'd also be way easier to stream that way.
Salvage deposit accepted.
Okay, so let's do the finale here. We've got 8 minutes to do this. Oh, jeez.
Thruster systems breached. Detecting elevated volatility.
I like the music. Come on out. It's not far. Straight down. Right there. Right there. Right there. Stop. Grab. Pull. You actually got through without burning. And done. Still on a bit of a timer, though. Because these big old slabs take forever. So let's go ahead and get started on one of them now. Hello, Evo. Thank you for your assistance earlier. Well, we got our middle manager, Evo, and he's terrible. It's pretty much exactly what we all expected. Okay, I got a few tethers, so let's go ahead and pull some of these.
Valuable object processed. Credits deposited.
Yeah, that's the other thing. I mean, don't mistake me. I would rather have a proper remake, and below that, I'd rather have a proper remaster. But at the end of the day, there's nothing wrong with porting stuff off so it stops being console locked. Like, I know this figure's batted around a bit, but a huge portion, I forget the exact percent, but a huge portion of games are already lost media.
Salvage deposit secured.
Pretty much any method to port stuff forward, even if it costs money, is something I'm generally going to be in favor of.
Low oxygen levels detected.
It's worth noting, even a simple port does take time and work and effort. Now, how much? Question mark. But what I'm trying to say is that I don't mind paying for a port. That's all I'm saying. In you go. Come on, give me that 5. Give me that 5. Give me the 5. Give me the 5x5. As long as it's a good port. Obviously, there is such a thing as a bad port. Duh. Come on, pull. Pull!
Nether supplies are low.
I'm kind of on a timer here, game. Oh, this frickin' thing. Okay, fine. I got 5 minutes. Hell, when they started porting games onto the 3DS, you remember that? I actually started buying quite a few of those just so I would have a modern access to some of those games. And to support the concept of doing that.
Stabilizing.
I still have Earthbound on my 3DS, among other things.
Alright, Cutter. You got 5 minutes left in this ship.
This thing does not want to move. This thing does not want to move. Look at this thing. Let's see if we can nudge it. It's just scraping there. Okay. I actually don't know much of the specifics of what GOG is doing, so I can't speak to that, unfortunately. Let's just pull straight across. Straight across. Please? Now, see, I would consider that a bad port, admittedly, push-ups. And I did pay money for that, and I regret that purchase. But time and experience has taught me that bad port is a bit of a gradient. You know what I mean? I do consider that a bad port. I'm not going to walk back that statement. But there's worse ports, you know what I mean? Come on. God, that furnace is just pulling at it. Just yanking it in there. Come on. Come on. I think I might have to give up on this one. I got 3 minutes left, and it's just like, no, I'm good. Do I think remasters should be discounted for owners of the game? Absolutely. I know what you're thinking, but you still put all the money and effort into the remaster. Yeah, that's why you still charge some money. But there's this little simple truth that an extraordinary amount of people don't understand. It's that Sometimes taking a financial loss in exchange for a repeated customer is the better long-term decision. Even from a purely financial perspective, even ignoring, like, you know, decency or ethics or anything like that. Let's try to just twist this. Oh. Oh. Come on. Ah, come on. Oh. I'm also kind of hesitant because I'm doing this. I don't know if you can tell, I'm actually having to fight the furnace intake this entire time myself, too, because it's trying to eat me. Yeah, I don't think I'm doing Atlases anymore. Also true, Blade Jamal. Like I said, even if you ignore, like, decency, there are financial reasons.
Out of tethers.
It's not moving. It's whatever. It's whatever. I'm gonna give up on it. We're good. I might as well refill my tethers while I'm at it, though.
Welcome to Vendatron 9000. Thank you for your
Tethers restored.
Oh my god, are you seeing that? Oh my god.
There's 1 minute left on the clock, Cutter. 1 minute left.
It got pulled free in the weirdest way possible. Oh, whatever. Let's try for it. Why not? See if we can do it in 40 seconds. Probably can't. Just on time alone. Turn. Turn. Swivel. Pull. Pull, 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 pull. Maybe. 20 seconds. Damn it.
Processing valuable object. Credits awarded.
I think that counted. I think we got it. I think we got it. Woo! That's hysterical.
Hello Shipbreaker 9346-52. Lynx would like to share the following inspirational message. Some people dream of great salvage, while other people get up every morning and make it happen.
Welcome to the ship, Doctor.
Still need a dampener and 2 fuses. Haven't seen those yet. Let's increase the duration of our tethers. Yeah. I think we'll be good at that. Okay, so Atlas ships suck. I'm never doing those again. What else we got? I need something with fuses and dampeners. That has both. So is that. It's a mackerel. Hey, there's an atlas. No. So it's a mackerel. It's worth very little money. But it has dampeners, it has fuses, and it's not an atlas, and it has a reactor. Let's do that one. Okay.
Salvage accepted. Credit applied.
Oh, thank God. There's nothing depressurized. We're good, we're good. I'll make this much easier. I was just thinking about how to pop the cork, so to speak.
Salvage deposited. Applying credit to account.
I demand that you ask a question about bleach. In fact, I demand that Mr. Red ask me a question about bleach. And it has to be a drunk question. Mara?
Salvage security. Credits deposited.
Let's see if we can get this in here.
My wife had noticed that you had ordered yourself a side of fried rice. So
Yeah.
she upgraded you to the actual
Oh, okay.
like meal size.
Well, I was admittedly in a hurry, and I didn't see anything I actually wanted, so... Okay, let's do this, and then this. Let's see if it actually goes through this time. Let's pause the timer. What is Bleach about? Oh yeah, it went through. Holy crap. How do I summarize Bleach? Like, what's the pitch meeting for Bleach? It's actually a tough one. Asteroid Shard. Asteroid Shard. Power's still on, too. Why are there asteroid shards in here? Would be a good pitch. Bleach. That's actually a tough one. You've kind of stalled me there. Let's go and hit this. This will be pretty easy, actually, with that done. This will probably explain why it was also not pressurized. Get the thruster nice and easy. We got that. Down you go.
Object processed. Transferring credits.
How was Bleach worse than Naruto? No offense to Naruto fans. Anyways, the Lost Agent Fullbring art. What the hell is the Lost Agent Fullbring art? Bleach. I'm not sure I know what this is. What? I'm going to go with I don't know. I don't think I've ever watched or read that. The last I read was the end of the manga, which, to my knowledge, goes out beyond where the anime ever went. There's also a women with extraordinarily large breasts push-up. Yeah, comically large. Which one? Oh, I can't remember her name. She was Jin's friend. If that doesn't give it away, I got nothing. Oh, so the last big arc I actually am aware of, because I was curious how the story ended. But before that, I actually don't know. I didn't even know there was an in-between arc. Oh. Others are nice cell. First time I've actually seen the interior of these. So, my personal preference is the Kingdom Hearts method, Saber for Wife. For those of you not familiar with that, the Kingdom Hearts method is when you pause to pause a cutscene. And then on the pause menu, like when you are paused, there's another button to skip the cutscene. It's pretty much best of both worlds. It's not overly skippable, it's not unskippable.
Salvage registered.
It's just boop. Hypothetically, I should be able to pull this off now. No? I will admit I was never into Naruto, so I'm the wrong person to ask about that one. Never caught me. I know several people who say that the series ended with the defeat of the main villain from the first arc, and I tend to agree with that for Bleach. Oh, I see the issue. It's coming, though. I was trying not to say who it was, because it was technically a spoiler, but yeah. I really want to pull off this as it's going. Nope. Cool. That's not how it works, Arspros.
Applying credits to account.
God, don't make me give the speech to you, too, man. Come on. Anything attached to the floor? Yes. Computer terminal. Do I need computer terminal? No, I need fuses and dampeners. Forklifts, power junctions. Oh, power junction.
Valuable object accepted for processing.
Electrical damage.
So apparently the electricity's still on. Actually thought it was off. Did I at least get my pawn? Yeah, I did get my fuse, though. It was worth it. So, I'll go ahead and talk about spoilers, since I actually don't have a lot else going on right now. Here's the thing. Most people have this, no offense, weird mentality that age is the defense against spoilers. That the further out something is, the more acceptable it is to just spoil it, right? I know someone who is in chat right now, actually, who has not played several of the Final Fantasy games, and plans to. But imagine if I was just sitting here being like, it was his sled all over the place about the FF series. Well, I've just ruined it for that person, right?
Welcome to Vintatron 9000.
Oxygen levels.
It is relatively easy to presume a situation where someone has either never gotten around to it, or, you know, someone has was literally not born yet, or was not a part of it, or didn't have access to it, or whatever, right? There are too many situations where it's entirely acceptable to not want to be spoiled on something, regardless of the fact that it's a million billion years old, right? Well, the lightning is still being lightning-y. What is that? What was that?
Salvage and destroyed. Please revisit your training.
Oh, whatever. It's still electrified. Yeah, Dragonfall goes back to like the 80s, doesn't it? Something like that. So there's our other fuel line. Let's shut that off really quick.
Kurt, you're looking at roughly 5 minutes left in this shift. Keep on at it. Weaver out.
There's our reactor. The electricity is still going. Where is the electricity coming from? You get the point, right? Like, again, I know that some people get a little bit psychotic about this anti-spoilers. That's not what I'm saying. It is not hard to have basic decency and to just, you know, talk around basic spoilers, right? It is not a big ask. It is not difficult to do. Yet there's also a whole other brand of things you can do, which I'm actually rather fond of, called out-of-context spoilers, right? You know, if I talk about how Empire Strikes Back has some interesting family issues, that doesn't spoil anything. Because without context, it doesn't mean anything, right? Now, my usual rule for stream is actually pretty basic. I call it no unrelated spoilers. So, let's say, for example, because this happens all the time, let's say we're playing Resident Evil, something, doesn't matter which. Well, obviously, we're playing Resident Evil, so we want to, you know, talk about Resident Evil. We want to discuss Resident Evil and the franchise and the setting, all kinds of fun stuff like that. So, it's a little bit more acceptable to discuss spoilers for Resident Evil while we're already in a Resident Evil thing. Please line up, thank you. Sounds like. Whereas here, we're just playing Hardspace Shipbreaker, so spoiling something about Bleach, which is completely unrelated, is just kind of like... okay, is there anything else here? I think no, so let's go ahead and cut out the bottom. Oh, I didn't finish. There we go. Jeez Louise. Time to eat some of the food we found here. There we go. Delicious food. Is that fuel? Of course it's fuel. Single-use ships. So you remember Signalis, right? The electricity's still going. Oh my god, I pulled out the reactor. How is there still electricity? I hate this ship. Yeah, no, Trek's actually another good one. I try pretty hard not to spoil, major spoilery stuff for Trek, because I know people who still haven't watched Trek. Mr. Red hasn't watched Trek, for God's sakes. Someone actually asked a specific question, which, amusingly, I had no answer for, because I hadn't seen the arc in question. We should be good.
Processing valuable deposit. Credits transferred.
I'm gonna call that good. Okay. Looks like this is good to go, too.
This is
Whoa.
your 1 minute warning cutter. Bring it home.
I have started seeing One Piece. I'm not going to lie to you. I was not a big fan of it.
Credits awarded.
The art style, very specifically. Gotta keep picking up Bunny. Gotta have all the Bunny Ds. Well, power junction box. If only the power was off. Yeah, I'm gonna experience DBZ thanks to Kakarot, because I never really have. Yeah, no, the art style, I can't deal with the art style. It's my wow. Use you as an example there. Need to spend a third day on this thing, but I still want the frickin' parts.
Good morning, Shipbreaker. Lynx mandates a maximum of 8 hours of sleep. Any extra sleep time will be docked from the next pay cycle.
I'm not sure, to be honest with you, Dr. Winter. There's still plenty of levels I can get in this stupid thing, so yeah, let's just get back in. There's still a fuse box, so I need to find some batteries. Favorite DBZ character? Everyone tells me it's going to be Vegeta. I've been hearing that for years. Like, since I was in high school, I've heard about Vegeta. Grabbed this earlier. I'll toss that out. A friend of mine actually called himself, like his online handle was Trunks, which I believe is named after a character. This is actually another perfect example. Oh wow, that asteroid has tons of mass. Jesus. Oh my god. It's refusing to move at all. Well, anyways, sorry, using myself as an example, I have obviously not experienced Dragon Ball Z. It's a pretty old show. It's almost as old as I am. Okay, there's a power cell. In. It's gonna be this way. Gotta avoid the lightning. Oh, that's gonna be irritating. Alright, I can work with that. I have watched the anime and I have read of the manga, but I never actually read the manga. And I never will. Oh, actually, can I grab that from here? Yeah, let me out. Let me out. I'm stuck. Okay. Kakarot's the name of Goku, I think. Or something like that. I have no idea. I am the wrong person to ask. I have never been into anime my entire life. That has never changed.
Credits awarded.
I will accept being the alien outsider on all of them. Looks like the lightning stopped.
Salvage deposit confirmed. Applying credit.
Yep, no more lightning. Woo! Are the lights off? No, the lights are not off. Okay, hang on.
Credits deposited.
There it is, I see it. What? What beeped at me? Oh, whatever. Come here, power cell.
Salvage deposit registered. Account credited.
I'll tell you one thing I liked about One Piece, and I've said this before. The premise sounds interesting. Legitimately. Like, hey, there's this fruit, it gives you superpowers, they're very strange, but also you become weak to water. And by the way, the entire setting is aquatic. Have fun.
Valuable object accepted for processing.
Oh god, is there such a thing as 100% stripping? I guess there would be, logically speaking. I am aware of Full Metal Alchemist. The only thing I've ever watched was the ending, though. So let's go out then. Yeah. I know that Sasuke is a terrible character. Sorry, what? I don't know how to discuss the ending without completely spoiling it. Which goes back to what I was just talking about. What is keeping this intact? Is it just weight? It might literally just be weight. Because it's not connected. Let's just try it. Oh, yep, there it goes. Okay. Whoop. Ripped off a piece. Off you go. Now that's a chonker. Look at that. Look at that thing. And it's not a line of dumb, so hopefully it won't actually, get stuck. Alright, so there's still, yeah, I was saying, there's still a fuel thing over here. Let's go grab that. A friend of mine's favorite character from Naruto was Sand Guy. I don't remember his name. Don't ask me.
Processor deposit.
So I ended up watching more of his stuff than anyone else because, it was his favorite. Gaara. Yeah, that sounds right.
Salvage goal failed. Rewards dropping. Salvage deposited. Applying credit to account.
Whoop, 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 whoop. No, come back, 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 come back. Wholesome animes? Actually, yeah. Wait a second. Damn it. Okay. Azumanga Daioh is a slice of life anime with no weird asterisks. It really is just a slice of life anime. Like, usually a slice of life is like, by the way, it's also a robot or whatever. But no, it's just a slice of life episode. Also, lots and lots of really well-drawn food. It's a thing. It's a thing. I know what you want from me.
Credits deposited. Salvage deposit accepted. Credit.
Food Wars. I think I have, but I can't picture it off the top of my head, so I'm gonna say no.
Warning. Low oxygen levels detected.
Processing valuable deposit. Credits transferred.
Get in there.
Salvage goal achieved. Rewards allocated.
Look, Hardspace. It's not, though. Like, it's fairly normal. Like, it's the kind of thing that actually does exist in real life. Like, I remember seeing some other slice of life anime.
Critical oxygen levels detected.
And it was... what's funny is this isn't going to give it away, because you're going to have no idea what I'm talking about. But it's some random dude who's like, oh, I'm just a normal random dude. But then one day, an alien robot maid who fights enemies as part of the government's military program comes to take care of me on a day-to-day basis. And I'm just trying to make it on my everyday through school. And it's like, that's weird, okay? That's not slice of life. It was trying very hard to be slice of life. And it was failing miserably because that is not slice of life.
Salvage deposit.
And no, I don't know the name. Do not ask me. I will never know the name of that anime.
5 minutes remaining in this shift. Get in while the getting's good.
God damn it. Could you give me like a little more time, please? I kind of want to finish this one today. Like 5 more minutes, boss. That's all I'm asking. 5 more minutes. You want me to hit my quotas or not?
Object processed. Transferring.
There's nothing wrong with silly weird stuff. After all, I do like uniqueness, as I've said several times.
Salvage deposit registered. Account credited.
Oh, there's a dampener. Nice. What else do I need? I still need another fuse. Oh, right. Where was the other fuse box? There it is. I think? Oh, God. It's hard to tell. Yeah, here? No. Oh, God. I might have lost the other fuse box. Because I lost track of everything. Because I couldn't turn off the freaking electricity.
Transferring credits.
Oh, I think I lost the other fuse box. Yeah, I did. I did play a game about corgis. It was very cute. I have seen a bit of JoJo's. I'm probably the only person in the world who actively dislikes JoJo's. And I can accept that, and you can make fun as much as you want. That's not moving. No, I'm good. I don't have enough time to care. Get in there.
Deposit accepted.
I don't think I'm gonna make it. Well, I've only played the demo, but I really liked the demo. In fact, I played the demo twice. So, look at that, what you will. Oh, I don't remember all the choices. I remember the first time through, which was me being extremely evil and just role-playing as evil Janeway. That was fun. I do remember that I damned the whatcha-figs. Oh god, Ocampa. Couldn't even think of the first name. And then when I got back, I immediately told Chakotay that I was going to be screwing him over forever, and immediately turning him over to Starfleet Security. And then when Tom said, you're going to give me some, like, some support for, you know, helping you out, right? I said, no.
Material accepted. Credits assigned.
And then, you know, obviously, the end.
Object. Applying credits to account.
1 minute left. What is connecting these at this point? Is anything connecting these? Actually, it looks like nothing is. Oh, no. Yeah, okay, so...
Cutter, got about 1 minute to make your mark on this shift.
Now let's see if we can do it. Get over there. I'm in a hurry. Okay. How about you actually connect where I'm connecting? How's that for a thought game?
Processing valuable object.
Here's Chakotay. I wouldn't worry about it. That's irritating. Please hurry up.
No tethers remaining.
Get in there, you stupid... Oh, come on! It was like a second away. Ah, whatever. Can Neelix cook? Actually, yes! This is not a joke. In the game, Neelix not only can cook, but he raises ship morale. Now, you're probably thinking, who cares about ship morale? No, no, no. It's a mechanic in the game. If ship morale gets too low, that's a fail state. Game over. So, Neelix actually helps you to not lose the game. Yeah, he's actually the morale officer. It's great. Ah, whatever.
New certification level has been achieved.
Also true, Von Falkenstein. I want to play Hardspace too. Like I said, that's on my want to play list. I guess that's technically a tryout, but...
Cutter 9346-52. Your designated sleep period is now over.
We are now cleared for Class 2 reactors, environmental control units, and coolant. There's our ice warning. Great.
Good news, Cutter. You've earned clearance to the next hazard level. This means you'll be getting Class 2 reactors now. Gnarly things. We'll start training when you're ready, and I'll walk you through them.
Oh, they're not so bad. You seen one reactor, you seen them all, I think.
This ain't really that simple.
Yeah, I got a tip for you there, newbie. Don't blow it up.
Cutter, like I said, let me know when you're ready to start training.
Don't take too long.
Honestly, I actually really like the idea of 7 reducing morale on the ship. No, hear me out, because like think of it from a gameplay perspective. 7 would probably have really high stats, right? You know, capable of doing all kinds of jobs and really good in lots of different missions because she's Data, right? She's Data 2.0. So she's really useful, but the detriment, the cost, is she lowers morale across the board. What can we get at 10? Ooh, hello. Grappling strength. Better tethers, too. Range, cooldown. Better brakes. Tempted by brakes. Better oxygen capacity. I'm just getting that. That's not even a question. Oxygen is such a gosh darn pain in my arse. Gosh, golly, gorillicers. Let's do training. Wait. Let's back out of training. Hang on, I forgot something. Can't believe I forgot the fuse. I'm so stupid. Now I need another fuse.
Hi, it looks like you're trying to operate on your ship. Would you like help with that?
Die in a fire. There's reactor 2s. So, disconnect ECU and thruster before getting the reactor. Okay. Okay, training. Let's do this.
Alright, Cutter. Time to extract your first Class 2 reactor. This one's not quite as simple.
Just pull it and barge it, right? Pretty straightforward.
Well, I'm sure head office would rather the reactor was in one piece. Pulling this beast without proper prep is a sure way to print yourself a receipt for a new spare.
Sure, prep. But you're on the clock, don't forget.
As I was saying, like any reactor, it'll melt down as soon as it's disconnected from its housing. And these Class 2s will melt down mighty quick unless you do two things first. First, release the connection to the thrusters. Second, remove the coolant from the ship's Environmental Control Unit, or ECU.
Or just cut a hole, pull it, and barge it.
Just make sure you clear an extraction route before doing anything, Cutter. Soon as you release the thrusters and mess with the ECU coolant, that reactor will enter a controlled meltdown. Oh, and if you're having trouble finding everything, try using the systems mode of your scanner.
These barges are awful. I do not like these. These things do not want to move. They're not even that heavy. I've moved things heavier than 2.5 kilos, and these are just like, what? Look at this nonsense. Fine. Go. There's an odd question. What would be the negative for having data on your ship? In a hypothetical scenario. Sorry, 2,000 kilos is what I meant. I've had way heavier than 2,000 kilos. This nacelle is 78,000 kilos, for a bit of perspective. See? It's actually 2.5 tons. I would say no, vulgarity. That's just opinion, but there's not a lot of content let me put this in a different perspective. Black Desert Online is a PvP game. If you're going there for anything other than PvP, you are playing the wrong game. Now, no judgment. If you want PvP, it's apparently a good PvP game. But, that's it. But yeah, going back to the one-haired boss thing. You see how that guy is almost trying to get us killed here? And damage the company's profits and blah, blah, blah. As we mentioned earlier, generally speaking, when someone like that is being so deliberately self-sabotaging, they're either that stupid, which is possible, or they really are here to sabotage you. That's their goal. And I wouldn't be surprised if there is no real union, like, to speak of. This is just their efforts to false flag, right? It's like, oh, we gotta crack down because, you know, profits are down because this idiot, etc., etc. You get it. Okay, so... Okay, it's pressurized in the back, but not in the front. That's interesting. Well, we have infinite time. That's always nice.
Airlock depressurizing.
I could see that, Matter Overlord. I also like the idea of him costing energy. Like, in a hypothetical... see, that doesn't make sense. That's too abstract. That's too video gamey. Because whatever power drain Data would pull is a joke compared to what the Enterprise constantly is pumping out to everything else. Honestly, I would almost remove energy concerns from any game where you're managing the Enterprise D, because that thing produces so much energy, it's silly. What? 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 What's what? Data take other people's jobs? Damn right he can. And it's cheaper, too. Or more expensive, rather. In you go.
Salvage secured. Applying credit.
The way I'd implement something like that, Ross, is I'd make him wrong periodically. Data was wrong quite often, actually, if you remember. Anytime he was missing information or just didn't have the ability to understand certain things, he would miscalculate. So, like, there could be the data recommendation option. Or, indeed, data actually removes options, like you say. And they're, you know, wrong. What am I looking for? Fuses. I still need a fuse. Don't think I'm going to get that in here. Double checking. Plenty of terminals. No power boxes. Alright.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
Whoops. Troy should have had an actual job to do on the ship other than just being a Jedi. And if that sounds like I'm being facetious, I want you to think about how many times that, if you think about it like in terms of role in the narrative, Troy's job is to be the magic sensor. Like when they're in a situation where the sensors can't pick something up or like they're not sure, she's just like, she feels a disturbance in the force.
Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
I've already decided in our trek she's going to be part of the diplomatic corps. Because we're going to be expanding the role of the diplomatic corps a little bit, especially over on Enterprise. And they're going to have a regular posting on most ships. I haven't decided yet if there's going to be a diplomatic corps representative on Voyager, because it would make sense that there isn't, given the unique nature of Voyager's original mission. Come on. There we go. Come on now. Come on now.
Salvage deposit confirmed. Applying credit.
God, just pull the whole pod with me there. Out you go. Out you go. Oh no, that would be interesting.
Salvage registered. Transferring credit.
Data doesn't work well with literally anybody else. Except maybe like Geordi, who's the unique exception. So Data actually applies a negative modifier to anyone else he's working with, instead of most people who have a positive modifier. Like make teamwork a thing, you know? A stat. Although, if I was going to go that route, I'd probably make teamwork a stat you can build over time. Which could also make that more gameplay-y, because at that point, you could start off Data working with, you know, ensign such and such, and then make them work together for a long enough time that they actually build teamwork, at which point Data starts acting as a positive multiplayer.
Raw material deposited.
I don't know. I'd have to think about that. But either way, if we make it so Data stats are so high, then I could see him never increasing his stat of his teamwork stat. Because at that point, that's your cost, right? I don't know. I have to think about it, but I think we can make that work. Oh, power's definitely on. It's always irritating. Okay. Those are atmosphere regulator. Computer terminal. Computer terminal. Computer terminal. Computer terminal. Looks like nothing up front that I want. Double check something here really quick. The doctor's a good question, actually. So I had an odd thought about the Doctor and how I would make him work over on Voyager. There's a lot of terminals here and an atmosphere regulator.
Is there a thing that spotted It's a good thing Spot's still there.
Of course.
Spot.
Let's cheetah. So let's scooch out here. Oh, it's Rex. Hi, Rex.
Where's
Okay, hang on. Okay, this is the front. This is where I want to be facing. Oh, power. Power. Get out of here. Try not to blow up. No promises.
blue or green? Okay.
There's a green.
Okay. Why is there so much green?
I don't know.
I'll pick you.
Hang on. So, for real, hear me out for a sec. So, the doctor, I would make it so that he's got really good medical stats and some good other stuff, right? And he has bad teamwork stat, but also the longer you use him, the more his stats slowly go up and his teamwork stats go, just like everyone else does. But every now and again, you have to allocate another chunk of the ship to his database, to literally his hard drive, right? Failure to do so, well, it means he defaults and crashes.
Is that a blue or a green?
And you lose him permanently as a party member.
Is that a blue or is that?
That's a green. That's a green.
Why
Now, hang
is
on.
there so much green?
The other alternative is you can reset him. So there's 3 possible outcomes, right? You can build a new hard drive to keep him going. You can factory reset him, which resets everything, all of his stats back to default, and of course kills other things. Also really reduces morale. That would be a huge morale hit. Or you do nothing and you permanently lose the doctor. Thank you for the sub, Rex. Always appreciate. And if you give me a moment, I will jot that down somewhere. Here we go. She puts it towards Yakuza 0, Kingdom Hearts Recom, and Near Replicant. Done. What? No. Cancel. Save.
Cancel save?
Cancel save. Alright. Well, I was trying not to cancel, so I needed to save. What is beeping at me? Oh, my thruster. Okay. What are you doing, baby?
What's the... Where?
It was in the game. I know you can't hear it because it's in my headphones. What are you doing? Remember, you're not supposed to play under the desk, right? Thank you for not playing under the desk. I know you're antsy. Let's see if we can get some of this exterior. Well, this is going to be blue. You see all that blue?
Wait, plus something?
So you see how it says processor there? That's the blue. You can also see it here.
Plus, I have that.
What's that? It's a
Where's the
fuse.
processor?
There's a fuse. No, the whole thing. So we need to put it into the processor. That's the thing.
See the plus on me?
Yes, I see that you've put blush on yourself.
No, Yana put the plus on me.
Oh, I'm sorry. Someone put blush on you.
No, Yana did.
Yes, that. If you keep talking, you have to leave. Do you understand? Thank you.
Okay.
I figured we could hit... I don't know, I'm kind of torn because we've already covered Kiwami 1. And that is post-Oblivion line. So we can go back to 0 or we can go forward to Kiwami 2. And that's kind of our options there, right? I'm not sure which one's the best. Like, I'm not... I don't have an opinion on that, per se. I also don't really have much information about which to gauge. Are you a cat? Just fast forward to 7. I mean, that's the one thing that is guaranteed not to happen. Yes.
Is that a gun?
No, it's okay. Technically, yes. But no, it's a laser cutter. It's for industrial work. In fact, I was reading about this, and originally this thing looked a whole lot more like a gun, and then the developers were like, we don't want people to think they're out using a gun. The whole point of this is this is not combat.
Blue, green. So your whole room.
Why did you steal my room? Oh, okay. Well, I accept this state of affairs. Okay.
Salvage deposited. Assign credit to account.
So that sucks because I can't pause in mid-mission here. So, okay. Oh, definitely Draenei DK. 100%.
Valuable object accepted for processing. Salvage deposit registered. Account credited. Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
I mean, I'll take Death Knights over Dark Knights 10 times out of 10, but I mean, I'm a little biased because the Warcraft setting is my favorite setting of all time. So, a little biased. Alright. He means Death Knight. Yep, they're Knights O' Death.
Jeremy, that's so creepy.
They're not creepy. They're cool. They fall more into the edgy territory than anything else. Yeah, no, FF14... I mean, that's what Von Falkenstein said. FF14 Dark Knights versus versus WoW. FFO WoW. Death Knights. Yeah, I'll take Death Knights, thanks. Which is why I clarified it. Okay. Yep, we gotta get this one. That's a blue. Into the blue. Into the blue. Because carrying it over there would take too long. And we're on the timer. Remember, I'm trying to finish this before food gets here. And I'm going to fail. So I'm trying to finish as much of this as I can before food gets here.
So, how do you know you're gonna fail? You're gonna succeed on the front, I hope, and at least get some of the back.
Well, yeah, no, I want to work on the back.
Hopefully get some.
I want to be in the rear with the gear.
We're next. Really close to one.
And yeah, that's true, Blade of All. Warcraft, ironically, has a bit of an edge on FF14 in yet another way, in that Warcraft is a franchise that predates FF14. That is to say, Warcraft predates WoW, is actually how I phrase that. Can I? I can. It looks like we need to pull it out, though. Well, we need to pull this off. Like that. You see how it's coming off?
Oh, it did. Now we have another engine. That looks like a green.
Yeah, Azeroth goes back to Warcraft 2. Eorzea goes back to ARR, really.
That looks like a green.
Pretty sure that's a gap of like 20 years.
That looks like a green. Why
Nope.
is it going?
Nope, it's a blue, see? Blue.
Oh, that means it's... Is that because the thing is blue right there? And that whole chunk looks like a yellow, but there isn't even...
Yeah, there's a bunch of chunks here, and I probably shouldn't mess too much with this, so we're just gonna toss those in. Oh no!
No, it's pulling you back.
We'll see how that works out. I think it'll work.
Can't tell.
Which actually tracks pretty well, Blade of All. Especially in how much the fan reception has been antagonistic towards an otherwise good expansion. Hello, baby.
Also, chunks all the way.
No, Eorzea is correct. I don't remember how to pronounce it. Or, excuse me, I don't remember how to spell it, though.
All in blue.
What are you doing? Okay.
I'm actually not. I have a headache.
Oh.
I'm fighting off a headache. So, I've been fighting off a headache, and I have had a headache.
Valuable object process.
Cool, great.
Deposited.
Okay, the school days before.
Yes.
In the week before this week, I had a headache. School week. That made me have a headache too. I had a headache from school because of all the talking.
Salvage secured. Applying credit. Salvage accepted. Credit applied. Salvage secured. Account credit applied. Salvage deposit accepted. Credit transferred. Salvage deposit confirmed. Applying credit. Salvage deposit registered. Account credited. Salvage deposited. Applying credit to account.
I don't think WoW would have reviewed anywhere near as well if we reviewed it back in Pandaria. Ignoring the fact that the new talent system wasn't in, all of the new quality of life features, all the engine overhauls, obviously a ton of the great stuff that is content-wise, and of course dragon flying was not in the game. I don't think WoW would have reviewed. I don't think WoW would have reviewed even close to as well if we were reviewing it during Pandaria.
Salvage deposit secured. Credits awarded.
Okay. So let's see. Wait, what's Crimson Desert? Remind me. Also, hi, Immortal Slime. There's a fuse right there. Nice. 70 euros. Oh my gosh. Yep, knew that was gonna happen. Okay. That sounds wild, Immortal Slime. I feel like I've heard of that, but it's just not triggering anything right now. Ah, I need to separate here. There you go. Be free. Come on, scooch around. It's gonna do... that should be good. Hypothetically. Hypothetically. Oh, my neck. Okay. So we pretty much covered the front. I mean, dragons can be cool. So now, I like how it's optional release thrusters, optional release coolant. So he said thrusters first. There are some areas in there that are pressurized, which sucks. Let's go ahead and make ourselves some room here.
Material deposited. Account credit applied.
Down you go. Alright. Is there an airlock on the aft that isn't the one I can't access? Lots of these frickin' antennae.
Transferring credit.
I don't care if that's how it's pronounced. Antennas? I don't know. Down you go. Okay. So, 1 second. Okay, where was I? I'm getting a sub from Donberry, apparently. Oh god, where am I going? Where am I going? Someone trying to kill me here. So there's the thruster. Right there. We should be able to get the thruster out first, but I'd really like to be able to get in there first. Surely there's another way out. Surely. Thank you for the sub, Donberry. If you'd like to put that towards up to 3 future streams, please let me know. Someone actually asked recently why I say that every single time, even to people who, generally already know that. Part of the reason why is so that other people who are watching and not subscribing or donating or whatever can just hear that and it becomes like regular parlance, right? So they can understand how the system works. That is a giant fuel tank. Why is the fuel tank right there? Yeah, okay. Trek books. The Continuum trilogy comes to mind immediately. There's also Q Squared and Federation are the 3 big ones, I would say. There's more than that, but like that, those are good starters, right? That's only 1. Which means there's more. Maybe? Well, maybe not. Hang on. We might actually be good now. Yeah, it looks like we're good now. Okay. No, Zara. Not my style, not my thing. Ashes of Creation is yet another MMO failure, which several people have been talking about because of how recent its failure is. No, 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 no. Well, you know. I appreciated the Donberry. You can lurk. We're cool with lurkers. You can chat. We're cool with chatters, too. Yeah, I'm going to be honest. I haven't done a deep dive on Ashes of Creation, so I can't speak to it at length. But I generally didn't really have any particular interest in it, even before it flopped and fell apart. I shouldn't say flopped. That's the wrong word. Fell apart is a more accurate terminology for what happened. Down you go.
Salvage deposited. Applying credit to account.
Gotta love a scam. Or the opposite of that, I suppose. Hate the scammer, not the scam, something like that. No, Ashes of Creation. I need to look up sometime if those investigative bodies, because the government started looking into Star Citizen, and I never found out like what the result of that was, because it was just that level of scam.
Deposit registered. Account credited.
Which, yeah. Yes, I know, he's better than me in every way, Ross. I get it. I'm reminded of that every day. Look, it's not my fault I don't have an accent, okay? I had the misfortune of being born in the United States, so I don't have no accent. Probably Blade-Tavall, because, yeah.
Salvage
okay.
secured. Applying credit.
TOS is, a lot of people tend to forget, at least here in the States, TOS is not law, right? A TOS is something you can bring to law as a defense, but it is not actually law. It is not legally binding in the way that they want you to think it is. It is intended to try and defend against legal challenges. You can still do something that's, you know, against the TOS or fair to the TOS and still, like, win that particular battle. And it has happened. It's actually something I was thinking about because, you know, the game we're playing right now and the insane TOS we had to sign to get the job we have as a shipbreaker. Oh, that's interesting. Dump this off over here. But yes, to answer what Ross didn't say, For the same reason people used to reach out to me about MMO news, people tend to reach out to Josh Trapeze for MMO news, because he's kind of made MMOs his thing. I've sort of walked away from that a bit, for a lot of the reasons he is currently finding out about. I'm comfortable having covered quite a few, and mostly focusing on just a few individual ones. One second, Immortal Slime. Thank you for the donation. Please stop giving me money. I appreciate it. I will put that towards DBZ Kakarot. Barrels on Cold Steel. And Dragon Age 4. Done. Bring back Lore Week. No. There were 3 big reasons why I quit Lore Week. The first was it was contributing to me getting further and further behind in the queue. Not as much of an issue now, but if we brought it back, it would bring back that same issue. Reason number 2, news is depressing. And I got sick of it. Reason number 3, not a lot of people probably understood just how much time I'd spend on Lore Week. Because in order to give you news, I would have to do research. And I don't know if you know this, but research takes time.
Applying credit.
So that was a huge portion of my life that was just spent doing research all week, every week. And, yeah. I mean, I could have that time. All I'd have to do is spend less time with the family and or friends. And I'm not saying that to be, like, facetious or harsh. That's the trade-off. That's the thing, right? Like, that's it. Right now, I spend time with my family and friends. I didn't used to. I used to do things like Lore Week. What is holding you in place? Yeah, now I tend to cover stuff live, which I feel like it works better anyways. What is... Oh, I see what's happening. What? Like, there's gotta be, like, one thing I missed somewhere. Where is it? Where's the one thing I missed? Of course, it's on the far end. Yep, there it is. It's on the far end. I knew it. There we go. Get out of here. Get out of here. That's true. I did actually do that on camera, Mr. Ed. You are correct. That trailer was garbage.
Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
The trailer was very bad, Game Geek, to put it very simply. Okay. When was the last time I saw a good trailer? I feel like Inside Out was the last time I saw a good trailer. The first Inside Out.
Valuable object processed. Credits awarded.
Jesus Christ. Okay, let me just try to shear away something literally connected to a fuel tank here. Which still has fuel in it, by the way. There's actually several ways to make a good trailer, which makes sense for why nobody does it anymore, because they're all stupid. One of the most obvious ways to make a good trailer is to make content that is not actually in the work in question. So it's all new. It's just there to be a teaser, a demo, or whatever. Obviously, that takes extra time and effort and money, and is almost always done by the studio and not the trailer-making company, which is one of the reasons why you almost never see that. That does happen. Now, there's kind of an in-between approach. That's done by Pixar, for the most part. Where they just take a scene from the movie and that's the trailer. Again, Inside Out. You can also use Zootopia as an example of that. And while we're on the subject, Batman 2, I think that was Dark Knight, is another good example of that. What is the issue here? Ah, I see what the issue is. Okay. Obviously, that doesn't work for everything. So what you want to do with the trailer is the same thing you want to do with a cold open. You want it to prompt enough questions while at the same time, in order to engage interest, while at the same time not giving away too much, and you want it to get across your core conceit, your pitch, if you will. Right? Like I was talking earlier about how do you pitch something like Bleach. That's the kind of thing that should be in a trailer. So if you can't, and I know that doesn't universally apply, but if there's, it's ridiculous. Here, Whiteness is just watching and laughing. If you can't get across your pitch in a short order, then you failed, to be extremely simple about that. Every story in the world can be summarized in a few sentences if you are careful and competent enough in doing so. And I don't mean that as a negative thing, either. Yeah, 20 words or less, exactly. There is a skill to saying a lot with little. That's a thing. That is an active skill, which takes time and effort to develop, but you can, and people do. Oh my god, this is ridiculous. It doesn't help that this thing... Well, it's actually not that heavy. It's just... I'm tempted to just blow it up. I really am. It's not worth that much money. Not really. What's your favorite cold open, Ross? Hit me. The trick is to do a good job about it. Because... obviously, you can summarize anything quickly if you don't care about the quality of the summary, right? Relativity. Yeah, that is a very good cold open. I agree. Amusingly, even though I have other issues with it, Scorpion has one of the better cold opens in Voyager history, in my opinion. It is... So... Cold opens are definitely different than trailers in one key fashion. A cold open is designed for one of two audiences, occasionally both. People who are familiar with the work and people who aren't. Trailers can fall into that, right? But for the most part, you're kind of... A trailer is almost always going to be for people not familiar with the work. Especially since there's not always a work for them to be familiar with. This is so stupid. Fine, fine. Come on! No, I got shoved away from it! I was just gonna blow it up, and it's like, no. It refuses to be blown up. It's just, okay. No. How do I... There we go. This is so stupid. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. Above cut grade. Oh, I literally can't cut it. Can't cut it out. Okay, this thing is costing me dinner, so go away.
Please pay attention.
Trust me, I'm paying attention. Alright, now that that's out of the way. That would be a cool idea. I like that idea, Lord Paramount. Like, trying to actually properly still do a do like a 20-word summary that does a good job of indicating, like getting you into a specific story, right? You can even do otherwise, like, large stories that way, too. Like FF14, the whole of FF14, you could probably still do a 20-word summary of. I'd have to think about the specifics, but something along the lines of world moving beyond the echoes of the past in order to try and actually build a better future, while being supported by a group of people who grow to be friends. You get the general idea. I'd have to workshop it, but you could do it. So here's our inn. Finally. So there's the ECU, but he said to disconnect the thruster before turning off the ECU. I can't even reach the damn thing. Okay, well, let's do the only thing I really can do here.
Valuable component incinerated. Penalty has been applied.
Come on, use the terminal? Okay. There's the coolant canister. There's several coolant canisters, actually. Release coolant, huh? Okay. Well, whatever. I'm in a hurry. Let's go. Oh, I can just grab those. Nice. In case I needed for old Bertha or whatever her name was. Oh, it's named after my mother. Yeah, I've already forgotten it. A cold open is the very first part of a show, which is designed to indicate what kind of an episode it is, get the viewer's attention, and of course, to try and... So, it's if you're watching the show for the first time, it's there to be like, oh, I should sit and watch this show. If you're not, it's there to indicate what kind of episode you're in for.
Salvage is destroyed. Don't do that.
Shut up. Good. This isn't gonna fit. How am I supposed to get in here? You know what? I continue to not have a ton of time. So I'll figure out where I am for a second. There I am. Okay, so I want to go this way. You keep saying there's a hatch here. Yep, there's definitely a hatch. No, Czar, because every episode has a cold open. All of them. It's a standard procedure. Found the hatch. Down the hatch? The standard format is the cold open is what you see until the title crawl rolls. So like you're watching an episode and it's like da 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 da, and then something happens and it cuts to this is the show you're watching. That kind of a thing. The It's called the cold open because it's literally the opening that you see cold. As in, there's nothing before it. There's our bloody reactor.
Object processed. Transferring credits.
You know what? Go away. I'd have to sit and think. That sounds like a cool idea sometime for a video that I will never have time to make. Best and worst cold opens, you know?
Valuable object processed.
In, like, track. Something I actually know.
Salvage secured.
I've noticed the quality of MLP's cold opens have been very varied. Like, some of them are really solid, and then most of them might as well not even be there. It's very strange. I will at some point, Lord Aramon. I really will. Especially as this game continues on. I have no idea how far through the game I am, relatively speaking, either. I'm sure there's some kind of endless or career mode, which I will probably not be doing. Yeah, MLP definitely has the wah-wah problem. If there's one thing about that show that's kids' show, it's the wah-wah problem.
Processing valuable objects.
See, that sounds like that'd be fun, Bladeball. And as usual, you were right that I probably don't have time for that. Hell, something else I wanted to do was review the first 30 seconds of combat themes in a lot of RPGs for pretty much the exact same reason. Okay, that's loose. Star Trek LGAs. That actually sounds really cool.
Processor deposit accepted. Credits awarded.
For the sake of sanity, I'd probably only do like the top and bottom. I'm not gonna do every cold open and track, right? That's crazy.
Salvage accepted. Credit applied.
Trek GAs, huh? Which I suppose doesn't really follow the nomenclature at that point, but whatever.
Salvage deposited. Applying credit to
How do I get this stupid ECU? I think I'm just gonna have to carve my way out. I'm just gonna have to carve my way out. Like, literally. Like, it's too big to fit to get out. The Trek GAs. Yeah, that'd be pretty short. Done. Hero white noise. There's also Elite Force.
Raw material processed. Credits deposited.
1 and 2. There's SEO. There's the point-and-click adventure games, all of them, which are all pretty terrible. There's those god-awful SNES games, which are just garbage. There's Resurgence. There's the new one, the new Voyager one. Oh my god, okay.
Salvage registered. Transferring credits.
Yes, yes.
Mom, trash for you. Mom has trash for you.
Thanks for the trash. I appreciate it.
Mama, I had trash for you.
That's true. Did I tell you that I looked into getting Birth of the Federation working recently and failed at it? Oh. It was trash! I put it away! Like, I actually tried to get Birth of the Federation working, and it was just not happening, and I kind of... Like, I probably could, if I really cared. But, you know... Just go away. Just go away. Okay. Oh god, I actually streamed that stupid Kelvin shooter game. That was a while ago, but oh.
Processing object. Applying credits to account. Raw material deposited. Transferring credits.
There was a Prodigy game? I didn't even know about that. Unpowered. Activate thruster ejection. Unpowered. Okay. Look, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Processing valuable deposit. Credits transferred.
I'm gonna grab dinner.